Good morning, everyone. Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Wednesday, December 13th, 2017.
Commissioner Rivas, James, and Jacinto are present. President James, we have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Brett McReynolds, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Jose Fuentes, Bureau of Engineering.
Jose Garcia, Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Abram Tejeda with Street Services.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment, no commentary under the Neighborhood Council comments section. We did receive a speaker card on item number 3 for today's agenda.
Okay. Let's go ahead and close general public comment as well as the Neighborhood Council category of commentary. A couple of communication items. Agenda item number 7, the release of a stop payment notice. Smithson Electric Incorporated submitting a release of a stop payment notice in the amount of $10,930 for furnishing installation of traffic loop detectors to Steiny & Company, an apparent subcontractor, in connection with the Soto Street Bridge over Mission Road and Huntington Drive Bridge Removal and Street Realignment Project, the contractor for which is PALP Incorporated, doing business as XL Paving Company. Is there a second to my motion that we receive agenda item number 7 forthwith by Commissioner Jacinto? Any objection? With that objection, we will do so. Agenda item number 6, the release of a stop payment notice. Karish Industries Incorporated have submitted the release of a stop payment notice in the amount of $5,613.27 for furnishing wire and cable to Steiny & Company, an apparent subcontractor, in connection with the Soto Street Bridge over Mission Road and Huntington Drive Bridge Removal and Street Realignment Project, the contractor for which is PALP Incorporated, doing business as XL Paving Company. Is there a second to my motion that we receive agenda item number 6 forthwith by Commissioner Rivas? Any objection? With that objection, we will receive agenda item number 6 forthwith. Agenda item number 1, we have bids that we are receiving for a project in Council District, I don't know. So we'll have Dr. Campos describe this remedial slope mitigation project at Sunset Boulevard. It looks like it's CD 13.
Yes, it is, Mr.
Okay,
President.
that was a guess. How about that? All right, go ahead.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. Yes, this is in Council District number 13. The city has estimated this project to be at $1,511,160. It is for the Class 3 remedial slope mitigation at Sunset Boulevard, Coronado Terrace at Waterloo Street, and this is phase 1 of the project. The first bid received for this project is from John S. Meek Company Incorporated for a total bid amount of $1,797,465 even. That's $1,797,465 from John S. Meek Company Incorporated. The second and final bid received for this project is from Clark Contracting Corporation for a total bid amount of $1,998,850 even. That's $1,998,850 from Clark Contracting Corporation. Mr. President, that concludes the bid openings for today's agenda.
Okay, is there a second to my motion that we declare the bids open and received forthwith by Commissioner Repenning? Any objection? With that objection, we will do so. Thank you. Is there a second to my motion that we approve the meeting minutes from the meeting of Monday, November 20th, 2017 by Commissioners Repenning and Rivas? Any objection? With that objection, we will receive those meeting minutes. Agenda item number 2, above ground facility variance, 6000 West Howard Hughes Parkway. This is in Council District 11. Recommending that the board approve the request for a variance from the height limitation requirements of the AGF ordinance pursuant to Los Angeles Municipal Code Section 6208VB. And secondly, authorize mobility to install a 43-foot, 1-inch high wood monopole in the public right-of-way adjacent to 6000 West Howard Hughes Parkway. Mr. Ledoux, go ahead, sir.
Good morning. My name is Jeff Ledoux with Bureau of Engineering Central District. As it's read, this is a 43-foot, 1-inch monopole in CD11, Mike Bonin. They are remaining neutral. As you can see, this has been placed in a parkway amongst a bunch of trees, which does help hide it. I have a photo of the area so you can see just exactly what it looks like around this. There was no chance of co-location here. The area does not have around these poles other utility poles. And I also have a photo sim here, or I should say a picture. You can see the type of street lights in the area. They're very small and they're very short. So there was no co-location possibilities with either existing poles, be they utility or street lights. I received no emails or letters in either opposition or approving this, and there was no appeals.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ledoux. So I've got speaker cards from John Johnston and Noel Palace. And gentlemen, either one of you, whichever one, or both of you.
Is that for item 2 or 3?
Oh, that's for 3? Oh, this is for 2. Oh, this is 2. I'm sorry. We'll wait for number 3 on you. So do we have anybody from mobility here on 2? Hi. Kai. Either you or Mr. Ledoux, I want to make a record here more than anything. I recognize we don't have any objections, and I recognize that there's no opportunity for sorry, I'm just laughing at myself for the confusion with you and AT&T. I recognize that there's no opportunity for co-location. And generally, these wood monopoles, just personally speaking, I don't find them as noticeable as the steel monopoles that we see in some communities. But I would like to, so I don't intend to vote against this, but I just would like to set the record on why, because when you look at the photographs of what it will be, it is going to stand out in the area. So would you just describe for us in that area the service that it will be providing and kind of the fact that why this is the best location?
Thank you, sir. Kyan Kyani on behalf of Mobility. Shannon Nichols is on her way. Apparently, City Hall East is being evacuated for whatever reason.
I just got that notice too.
So I believe she may be.
Do you want me to hold?
If you could hold the
Of
item,
course,
I
of
believe
course.
Shannon would be a better spokesperson.
Yeah, we'll hold. There she is.
Oh, perfect. Saved by the bell.
We've been talking about you for the last 10 minutes. Shannon, let me repeat the question. So, agenda item number 2, the wood monopole on Howard Hughes.
Yes.
And there's no objections to the notices that were sent. It's a wood monopole. To me, aesthetically less intrusive than the steel monopole. Recognizing that there's no co-location in the area, I really just kind of want to make the record as to what service this one is providing and the efforts to what was undertaken to determine that this was the best location.
Okay, there's actually another site down the street that we're doing as well. I don't know if you know the area.
I do.
It's from it connects to 405 to Sepulveda. It's my airport route, actually.
Yep.
There is a lot of new building to the north. There's about 4 or 5 like 10-story tall buildings that are being developed. There is the Univision's there. There's a lot of commercial and residential. To the south, there is approximately 50, 60 homes. So it's serving both the traffic, the homes, and that commercial development area.
Okay.
We did talk to AT&T. Does have one, I believe, about 1,500 feet to the south, to the east. But it's a little too far for us to co-locate because they're serving 2 different areas. And we do have another site that is right by AT&T's. We have not submitted, but we're willing to look at co-location with AT&T on that one.
Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate that. On the fly. Any questions? Okay. Commissioner Santos made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 2. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 2. Any issue sending number 2 forthwith? We will send number 2 forthwith. All right. So that does take us to number 3. Council District 10, above ground facility appeal. 2759 South Rimpal Boulevard on the Ferndale side of the lot, recommending that the board deny Derma Rodriguez's appeal of the Bureau of Engineering's determination to locate the above ground facility adjacent to 2759 South Rimpal Boulevard on the Ferndale Street side of the lot. Mr. Ledoux, go ahead, sir.
Good morning. My name is Jeff Ledoux with Bureau of Engineering Central District. Apparently our appellant has not shown. We did talk with her extensively on the phone and had expected her to be here, but she has not shown. This particular site actually does have some history prior to it being proposed at the current location. I'm going to give you a photo that shows where it was originally proposed. AT&T applied for this location applied originally for this proposed cabinet back on June 22nd, 2007.
Mr. Ledoux, let me interrupt you for a moment. Since you expect that we might hear from the appellant today, let me put this one over and handle a couple of other items and come back to it. Just because of the information that we have about City Hall East, maybe she's trying to park there or was, who knows? Maybe it's access to the building. So let's put that one over a little bit and do some of these other items, and then we'll come back to number 4 to give her more time to get here. Number 3, I'm having trouble with the agenda items. That's why my colleagues are paying special attention this morning, because I am one step ahead of myself. Let's go to number 4. Change order, Central Business District Adaptive Traffic Control System, Department of Transportation, and the Bureau of Contract Administration, recommending that the board first approve the amended construction funding for the Central Business ATCS at SAC system and increase the contingency by $257,140. That's 15% contingency. As discussed in the report, authorize the General Manager, Department of Transportation, to issue a supplemental non-participating change order bid item number 95, serial number 1, to the contract with KDC doing business as Dynalectric for $257,140 plus a 15%. Well, it doesn't say we'll ask if that's is it plus a 15% contingency, or does it include the 15% contingency?
Plus.
Okay, plus the 15% contingency to install a new traffic signal on Alhambra Avenue and Lowell Avenue. Funding for the project has been acquired from the Capital Improvement Expenditure Program, Fund number 100-54, new account entitled Alhambra Avenue Safety Improvement. And you can both identify yourselves for the record. Welcome.
Sure. Good morning. My name is Matt Talak from the Department of Transportation.
Good to see you again, sir.
Good morning. My name is Sayed Hassan, also with the Department of Transportation.
Okay. So, again, we're here to get approval from the board for the construction funding increase of $257,000. 140. Also to authorize the general manager to go ahead and proceed with this work. A little bit of a background. Our request was initiated by council member Jose Rezar's office to review the need for a traffic signal at the intersection of Alhambra and Lowell. There's been several complaints from the community members and staff of frequent collisions occurring at this intersection. A little bit of background about Alhambra Avenue. Alhambra Avenue is an east-west thoroughfare that runs approximately about a mile through the community of El Sereno. And it's a thoroughfare between downtown LA and the San Gabriel Valley. So it's been used a lot. The existing street has 2 travel lanes in each direction, as well as parking in both. So after doing an analysis record of collision and report using Los Angeles Department of Transportation's collision reports, that there is a reason for installing a traffic signal at this intersection. Also, based on some recent traffic engineering study at the Alhambra and Lowell, DOT determined that the installation of a new traffic signal is warranted at this particular location. In order to expedite the installation of this project, and that's the reason why we're coming to the board, is the utility is requesting authorization to construct the project through a supplemental change order. The supplemental change order does bypass the Bureau of Engineering bid process, but we feel that the need to have it done, taking it longer, the bidding process will increase the cost of that intersection, as well as having it installed first to prevent further unsafe conditions. Again, the council motion, the funding is coming technically from a Prop C, and if you look at the way the funding goes, we actually transfer money to the Board of Public, the Public Works Accounting Office, because they wanted to make sure that it's clear that what we're doing is towards the Alhambra Safety Improvement Program, which is the, again, it's there's a motion here. Let me get back to transportation grant for the from the Safe Route to School. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's again what they wanted to do is that rather than going to the transportation and having the transportation accounting do it, they want to be transparent so that they move the money to the office, the accounting office of Public Works. And so that's why the fund number, it says here, it's the 100/54.
Okay.
So just trying to, it's a new thing for us. Normally, the Department of Transportation handles all the accounting itself, but because I wanted to add also, this is actually a team effort, because not only are we installing a traffic signal at this intersection, Bureau of Engineering as well as Bureau of Street Services are also involved in installing a walkway there. So that's the reason why this is also part of that traffic calming efforts that we're trying to do at that location. And City 14 has been a great advocate of trying to create a nice sidewalk there. BSS is building a retaining wall as well. So it's a group effort between Bureau of Con Administration, who's inspecting our work, DOT, who's installing the traffic signal, Bureau of Engineering, who designed the curb, the ramps, as well as the sidewalk enhancement, and Bureau of Street Services is actually the one building it. So it's the project itself. Ours is just a portion of that big project that I think that council, the District 14 is trying to create at that location.
Okay. Any questions on agenda item number 4? Commissioner Davis.
Yeah, I wanted to ask in terms of the original plan, did we have a sidewalk budget allocated on the original plans for this particular project? I understand, based upon your testimony, that a part of the contingency is to pay for the sidewalk repairs and improvement. Is that correct?
Right. If you look at the motion itself, they transferred over about $450,000.
The city council did.
City council did. And our portion is only $250 for the traffic signal. And the rest of that, as it says in the motion, all different departments are going to go in and extract money from that.
When we originally took on the project, did we not budget for the sidewalk? Obviously we didn't. Did we discover the need for improving the sidewalk after we started to do the project? Or?
I believe the whole project from the council office, Nate Hayward, I think that was his vision, but the Department of Transportation is only involved with that traffic signal portion. Right. So it wasn't within their budget for us to also contract another contractor to do the sidewalk, and I think that's the reason why they contracted Bureau of Engineering to design it, as well as Bureau of Street Services to build it.
Makes good sense, and I certainly support, the total improvement. I think that's perhaps what the councilman is saying, is that while we are improving the electronics and the lighting situation there with regard to the traffic light, why don't we also improve the sidewalk as well? And I just wanted to know, in terms of our original plan, was that a part of it? But obviously it was not. And we discovered it when the council member looked at the project and saw that it was a need for additional funding to improve also the at-grade challenge in terms of the sidewalk being in disrepair. Now, you have said that, of course, Street Service is working on that sidewalk repair, correct?
Correct.
And so that funds will go to them for doing the work, obviously. So in terms of an additional subcontracting element to this, there would be none to the original proposal that you've already had, and that's what I wanted to make sure of. So thanks again for your report.
And just to clarify, again, this traffic signal work itself, it's not really it's not, there's a greater part in the traffic calming, and because it's a part of the pedestrian, the cyclist, all is involved, so I think that's why you have some of the sidewalks that was added to the project.
Yeah, I think it makes good sense. I mean, I think most people will agree. A comprehensive solution, trying to improve everything at the same time, if we can do it, is ideal. So obviously I support it, and I think it makes good sense. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Anything further? On agenda item number 4, thank you, sir. Is there a motion on number 4 by Commissioner Davis? I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 4. Any issues sending number 4 forthwith? We will send number 4 forthwith. Agenda item number 5, sole source purchase order, spatial wave field. Actually, before we do number 5, Commissioner Davis, you have a presentation. Let's go ahead and do that.
Good morning, Mr. President and colleagues and all distinguished leaders of Board of Public Works and the people coming before us to do business today. As you know, we often recognize members of our staff who are doing a good job, as well as we recognize those who do business with us, who excel and are exemplars in what we think we need to be doing. But we also additionally thank community members for their exemplary work in the community, and in particular young people who are excelling at school, with the hopes that hopefully one day when they come back from their pursuits, they'll come back to work with us. So today is no exception in recognizing a young man from the city of Los Angeles who's had exemplary academic and community service achievements. So today it is my privilege to present to the Board of Public Works a young man who has achieved both academically and in community service, Blake Shepard. He has demonstrated a strong commitment to his collegiate undertakings and humanitarianism. Blake is a junior at Cathedral College Preparatory High School, where he maintains a 4.8 grade point average with a rigorous course of study, including 5 advanced placement classes. He's a member and the vice president of the National Honor Society. He is an officer at the Cathedral College Preparatory High School Math Club. He is a member of the California Scholarship Federation and has received numerous academic awards. In addition to that, he is a top pick for colleges including Stanford and, of course, USC, of which we are praying for him to move in that direction. We know why. And UCLA, Commissioner Jacinto, with an interest in aerospace engineering, ladies and gentlemen. Blake is being considered for the Quest Bridge, Bill Gates, and scholarship and National Merit Scholarship. It's hard to believe that with so much dedication to his studies, that Blake is also a National Junior Olympic champion in track and field and plays violin, attending Culver City Music. Sounds like the mayor. He should be well-rounded Rhodes Scholar, doesn't it?
Maybe someday, but go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. As we grapple with the serious issue of homelessness in Los Angeles, it's heartening to know that we have Blake as a community partner volunteering to help young people in need. Blake's top joy is his love for helping others. He tutors Skid Row children each week as a part of Schools on Wheels, a nonprofit organization focused on improving education for children without homes. Blake, I'm proud and honored to recognize you today for your dedication to academic achievement and your unwavering commitment to being a part of our holistic approach to resolving homelessness in the city of Los Angeles. Thank you, and I think his father's with him today. Come on up.
That would be the one holding the camera.
So Blake, on behalf of those of us who are the governing body of the great city of Los Angeles Board of Public Works, we commend you for your outstanding academic performance, and of course, we hope that you become an engineer in the Bureau of Engineering for us. But we are very proud of the work that you have done academically and also in the community. So congratulations, and know that you have our blessings and recognition. And if you have remarks, we'd love to hear a few words of remarks from you about your accomplishments.
Well, first of all, it's very interesting to see the local government at work. Although a lot of my classmates would find it boring, it's really interesting to see what you guys do.
Thanks for the honesty, sir.
But thank you again for the recognition, and it's a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Dad, would you like to say something? His father is here with him today, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you so very much for honoring my son. Thank you so very much.
Yes,
it's not an easy task, as I'm sure all of you know who have children, but to see how hard he works and the efforts that he puts into others makes me very proud to be a parent. So thank you so very much for this day.
Great, and thank you. And the board, we provide services for our neighborhoods, but we also recognize the citizens that live in Los Angeles as well, and it's probably one of the most important and tasks that we are the most proud of. So thank you so very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Stay there, Mr. Shepard. Commissioner Repenning.
Just want to thank you, Commissioner Davis, for identifying individuals in our communities who are worthy of being honored. And Blake, I just want to wish you the best. Keep at it, and we expect to hopefully have a chance to work with you in the future. So congratulations to your father. You've done a great job.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivas.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis, and congratulations, Blake. I highly encourage you to consider other schools besides USC and UCLA. I went to MIT, so very biased on great aerospace engineering program out there. But if you're a junior?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there's some summer programs that you may consider applying to. I don't know if you are. There's one at MIT that's free over the summer. A lot of my friends went to it. It's a great way to get a taste of what it's like to study engineering at a place like that. JPL has a summer internship program for high school students in the area. I just highly encourage you to do something this coming summer that's related to the field that you're interested in. It'll just give you more experience and I think a competitive edge on your applications next year for college. So congratulations. It's great to meet you, and please contact me if you need any help with that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivas. Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Commissioner Davis, thank you for this dose of affirmation and inspiration this morning. Thank you very much. It's so important that we have these moments, punctuation of what's going down and what's coming up. Mr. Shepard, thank you for your raising, your commitment to your family too. The good fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, sir. So you've done a good job. To Blake, as a junior, you're an all-star. You are an absolute all-star in all aspects of your life, the music, the sports, the academics, the service. So your life, sir, is going to amplify and amplify. I can't wait to follow you no matter where you go. I'm gonna Google you as you mature and find out where you're at, where you're serving, where you're leading, where you're doing great work. Whether it's a city, whether you're at that school or the West Side, I'm so inspired. I'm going to follow you and see you do more great deeds, more than what you're doing now. So congratulations. God bless you.
Well, one of the benefits of being the president of the Board of Public Works is I get the privilege of going last if I choose it. And so I chose it this morning. First of all, Commissioner Davis, thank you very much again for recognizing Mr. Shepard and both Mr. Shepards here. Sir, I can't imagine how proud you are. I can see it. I saw it when I walked in the room before we even got started with the meeting. Actually, I saw it this morning when you walked into our hearing room. So congratulations. Most people would probably agree with me. There's no more important work than the work that you continue to do here. So congratulations to you. To you, Blake, you have it all, sir. The list that Commissioner Davis read is very well balanced. And you have a bit of honesty as well in being bold and letting us know that some of your classmates might think that some of the work we do here is boring. And I appreciate that. Some of them would. But there are some days when you can come in here and I argue that it's the most interesting work that happens in the city of Los Angeles. And I mention that because it's my way of inviting you back. We have a summer program here in the city of Los Angeles as well. We have a Bureau of Engineering that Commissioner Davis has already pitched to you, appropriately so. And we have other bureaus that have engineering divisions, if you will, that focus on engineering work. And so we also have a really broad and diverse scope of work that we cover in the Department of Public Works. And we would love to have you back in the summer program. And a city as rich as Los Angeles with so many assets like yourself, the most important thing I think we can do is for our young people, our next generation like yourself, to return to Los Angeles if they go elsewhere for school. And a lot of people do like to go elsewhere for school. I went to the University of Oklahoma. I like people to come back to Los Angeles, but I always think that it's fair enough if you want to go away, like Commissioner Rivas thinks, with MIT. It's also cool. Commissioner Repenning also went to school out of state. The University of Oklahoma will be on display New Year's Day here. I recognize that you have athletics in your resume as well. And besides the fact that the University of Oklahoma has more National Merit Scholars than any other university in the United States, we also are chosen generally every year as the best school across the board, men and women, for athletics. I anticipate that will probably happen again this year, too. So if you are around Los Angeles in and around the holidays, and you see lots of people, the Sooner folks in town, look at the University of Oklahoma. It's also regularly recognized as one of the most beautiful college campuses in America. And for parents, it's also recognized as one of the best values for the freshman experience. Just a few of the statistics for my university that I get the benefit of saying last when you're the president of the Board of Public Works, if I so choose that privilege. So that said, congratulations. We look forward to great things from you, Mr. Shepard, as I will say. You're a junior now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I can tell that you're going to stay focused on your future in your senior year. Enjoy it, because there is a big change after that. But I can only imagine how exciting it is to be looking forward and figuring out what you're going to do next. But our invitation is unanimous, and if you have the desire to come work for us in a summer program at any time, in any of your upcoming summers where you're looking for something to do, let us know.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Commissioner Davis. What we will do is take just a brief recess for a couple of photographs, then we'll come right back on our agenda.
Card, please. AJ, my card. This is my business card.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Let's go back to agenda item number 5, which I think I had called briefly. Sole source purchase order, spatial wave field maplet for annual maintenance. Recommending that the board recommend to the Department of General Services as the city's authorized purchasing agent to award a sole source purchase order to spatial wave field maplet for annual maintenance at the cost of $300,000, including taxes. This does not say for how long in the agenda notice, but John Tays is with us. So go ahead, sir.
Good morning, President James. Good morning, Board. Yeah, this is for 1-year annual licensing and support. The Bureau of Sanitation uses Spatial Wave's Field Maplet family of products for routing and fulfilling all the service requests we receive from the MyLA 311 system. We currently fulfill over 3,000 service requests daily, and our numbers have reached in the millions. This is used by over 100 different collection drivers and trucks, and we use it for all of our special collection bulky item requests, all of our container service requests, as well as to manage our clean streets, illegal dumping, and homeless camping service requests.
Any questions? Mr. Jordan, are you okay with the sole source designation?
Yes, I concur with the recommendation.
Okay. I'll note for the oral record that the Maplet family of products is proprietary software, which leads me to believe that they have some sort, and I think, Mr. Jordan, it's reasonable to draw from that they have some sort of protection, be it copyright or patent or otherwise, for their software. Fair enough?
Yes, that's very typical in a situation like this.
Okay. Commissioner Repenning.
I just wanted to note for the record that this is, part of the ongoing program to really bring technology to help make our sanitation operations more efficient.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with Muppets.
Yes, we clarified that.
When you first look down.
Maplet, not Muppets, yes.
Maplets, not Muppets. Or Muppets, Maplets, not Muppets. There we go.
Yeah, so
Thank you,
President James, for the record, I mean, Spatial Wave is the sole source provider of this particular software. We did originally put this solution out to bid. We did receive multiple offers from different companies and evaluated all options and costs. And this particular vendor came with the best solution, support, and costs at the same time.
Great, thank you. Anything further? Is that a motion, Commissioner Repenning? I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 5. Any issues sending number 5? Thank you. Any issues sending number 5 forthwith? We will send number 5 forthwith. Let's go back to agenda item number 3. Mr. Ledoux, did the appellant appear? Okay. Then we've given the appellant sufficient time today, I think. So go ahead, sir. We'll start with agenda item number 3 again.
Well, good morning. My name is Jeff Ledoux. I work for Bureau of Engineering Central District. As I stated before, and I passed around a photo, this proposed cabinet does have some history. Originally, it was proposed to be located adjacent to 2801 South Rimpaw on the Ferndale side of the lot. From the picture that I passed around, you see they have a backyard that had a cinder block wall, and it was proposed to be in front of that cinder block wall. The homeowners, Melissa Huddleston and Benjamin Lord, appealed this, and we did have a hearing before Commissioner Jacinto, and they claimed that they were going to take out that cinder block wall because they're going to take out the garage and put a second unit on the lot, and that would be the driveway. AT&T compromised by moving the cabinet away from that area to place it beside the side of the house. At that point, the house was being remodeled, and there was this archway with a window in it, and that had originally been apparently the front door of this property, and the homeowners were going to restore it to that, and they did show us a permit that they had to go ahead and take out what was there and restore it to the front entrance of the home. At that point, AT&T went and canceled the application, which was on August 22nd, 2017, and killed that application. Now, as part of the appeal, we did do a site visit, and after looking at that block that one was on, and also the couple homes in the next block closest to where they were placing it, the best alternative site was directly across the street, which was at 2759 Rimpaw Boulevard, also on the Ferndale side of the street. The reason for that, as you can see from the board report, is once again, that is the side of that property. It has a front house, and then it has some apartments behind it, and it once again has a cinder block wall there, and there's also a large tree that's on the private property side on the other side of the wall, and so the proposed location is lined up so it's partially screened by that tree. That was the next best site and had the least viewscape impact. So AT&T on October 5th reapplied for the cabinet at that location as was recommended by BOE when we did our site visit. The homeowner there is Derma Rodriguez, and she has a handicapped daughter who apparently is wheelchair bound, and she appealed this based on the fact that they tried to keep the property real nice looking, it would attract graffiti, trash, and that supposedly they do go outside of their property into the right-of-way for walking her daughter around the neighborhood and stuff, and did not want the cabinet there. We did have an appeal hearing with Commissioner Jacinto on November 8th, and the recommendation by Commissioner Jacinto was to deny the appeal and allow AT&T to place their cabinet at that location. Of the 6, or at least 6 lots that I originally looked at, the only other lot that has some merit is basically, let's see, I have a thing here. It's across the intersection, which means that AT&T would have to do a lot more trenching in a street and across, the intersection to intersecting streets, which would do a lot more damage to the city's infrastructure. The pole that they're going for is actually on the corner of Ferndale and Rimpaw, adjacent to the original property. So even this one will have to trench across the street, but it's the shortest trenching distance from the pole that they're going to be using.
Okay. I guess the one thing I want to confirm with everyone, with yourself, Commissioner Jacinto, AT&T, regarding the request for the placement currently that we would be approving today, that doesn't interfere with the access issues for the appellant with her daughter's needs, correct?
No, it does not. There's Grass Parkway behind the curve face, and then there's the sidewalk. And so it's nowhere near the sidewalk. There's at least 6 feet between the sidewalk, or from where the sidewalk starts on their property line to where the cabinet is.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, Commissioner Jacinto.
President James, I do want to, because it's unfortunate that the appellant party is not here present. We had a very important hearing, as all the appeals to our above-ground facilities are in the city. We want to hear our constituents. We want to hear their concerns. Our engineering staff, along with Jeff, did a good job about bringing the constituent and interpreting the issues that they had. And I don't want to underplay them, because that's really the role of our government, and us being able to vet and hear constituent community members in diverse communities. It is the translation that Jeff was talking about is found on the last page. I want to make sure that we do honor Ms. Rodriguez's rationale for her appeal. And since AT&T is here too, I did want to ask them a question in terms of, we have moved this once already. I wanted to go on the record and ask AT&T what would happen if this appeal was upheld. What would happen to this application? Maybe Noel, you can answer that.
Good morning and happy holidays. My name is Noel Pele. I'm with AT&T. I'm joined by my colleague John Johnston. He would actually be better versed on speaking to that question.
Commissioner, in regards to that, we've as Jeff mentioned, we started this in June of last year. If we were denied this location, we would cancel this providing service to this neighborhood.
And so therefore the surrounding community would not, even though this is speculative, it would not receive the opportunity for the technology, correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
So therefore we continue to have the balance between provision of telecommunications infrastructure with mitigations and impacts on specific locations in our public right-of-way that you have a franchise agreement to.
Yes, sir.
And thus the recommendation to uphold, to deny the appeal and to uphold the application is where I'm at.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Jacinto. Commissioner Rivas?
My only question was, like, did the appellant bring up any issues in terms of accessibility? Maybe is this where she unloads her daughter, wheelchair, anything like that? I mean, it doesn't seem like it to me, but just curious if there were any issues related to accessibility and unloading a wheelchair from a van or
At the property itself?
yes, where the location is.
Let's see here. She did not mention any problems with that happening. Let me show you an overview here. It's a very long frontage on the side yard. And it is also nowhere near their driveway, but you'll see that from this photograph, it's a really long lot.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Ledoux. Anything further? So, Commissioner Jacinto, that's your, yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Hui Huang with Bureau Engineering. I just want to add to the question that Ms. Rivas had. We did had maybe 2 to 3 conversations with Derma. She speaks only Spanish. Her son was also involved in the discussions at least 2 times. Overall, the conversation happened over a span of 3 hours at least, and nowhere in those discussions she raised any concerns about handicap access on the sidewalk pertaining to this installation.
Thank you. So, Commissioner Jacinto, is that a motion? Okay, I'll second it. Is that, it's not an amended, we're not amending it in any way, or are we?
No, we're not amending it in any way. It stands as it was written, the proposed location.
Got it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 3. Any issue sending number 3 forthwith? We will send number 3 forthwith. Thank you all for your work on this. Appreciate it. Commissioner Jacinto, thank you for your comments regarding and eliciting the commentary regarding getting the service to the community that needs it and the balance that we have to do here. Agenda item, I believe that we have cleared the desk. Am I right, Dr. Campos?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, then we are adjourned this Wednesday morning. Thank you, everyone.